From BS and Beer Media, it's Top of the Bleachers with Jason and Tucker.
Handoff, Smith coming right, trying to outrun the coverage, makes a cut, gets it. Oh, he's still going all the way. He's going to score. He's got the ball.
Let's see what the guys are talking about today.
Yo, welcome into the Top of the Bleachers. It is March the 26th, and we are live. Today, we're going to talk about some Arkansas baseball, maybe some Arkansas transfer portal, new people who enter the transfer portal that we're going to talk about. Maybe a coaching change. The Patinos are taking over the East, if you haven't heard. We'll talk about that for a minute. But before we do, be sure to hit that like and subscribe for us. And I appreciate everybody that joins in, hangs out with us. What's up, man? Happy Wednesday.
Yeah, I had a question, but I probably should have asked it before we started the show.
Oh,
Tomorrow, are we doing 4 o'clock, or are we going to do like a wrap-up show of the? Like last week, we did like an evening show after the first round, and then we did an evening show after the second round. Are we going to do that again, or are we going to go at 4 o'clock?
we do whatever you want to do. The games don't start till like 6.
Dude, the Hogs don't play till 9.
I know.
It's like I've already told my boss. I was like, I might be late the next day.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous, man.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not foreign to it because I lived on the East Coast time zone for a little while, for quite a while. So it's not that rare to me now. But yeah, that sucks. That does suck to be the late game.
Well, it starts at like 7 o'clock on the West Coast, right?
Yeah.
But we'll be seeing it at 9.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I thought that was weird. How they do that, man? How does Friends come on at 7 o'clock at night there and 8 o'clock over here? And that's so weird how they do that, man. It's so strange how they time everything up. Like, how do these people on the Pacific Coast they watch the stuff at the same time these people on the East? Like, the Friends come on at 3 o'clock in the afternoon in California? You see what I mean? Or 4 o'clock in the afternoon?
I don't know, man.
That's strange to me. Like, that's like we watch at 7 or whatever, right? You know what I mean?
I always wonder about those people that watch football on the West Coast. They must think the SEC is crazy because we started like 9 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, I know. They're like, these crazy people. That's true. I don't know. But it is hump day for me anyway, finally. Wednesday. Let me share my screen. I got some stuff. First thing is kind of heart. Tugs at your heart a little bit.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I got to be honest. I didn't get to watch a lot of this game. I was sleeping.
Well, here, let me fill you in on what.
I saw some of it.
Let me fill you in what happened, all right?
All right, please do.
We're up like 12-7 to start the 9th inning, okay?
Oh, this is the 9th inning. Okay, I knew they'd come back. I didn't know.
Yeah, in the 9th inning, and they bring in McIntyre.
Okay.
McIntyre proceeds to give up 5 runs. They tied the ball game up.
That's not good.
But we still got an at bat, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And coming up, we got Irondale, Davlin, and one of the Alloy brothers. All right. So I'm like, okay, we're good. We just got to get in 1 run in the 9th. We can do a walk-off situation. Boom. No, man, we don't even get on base in the 9th inning. I think we had 3 strikeouts.
Oh, wow.
Okay. We go to the extra innings in the 10th inning, and they put up 2 runs and take the lead by 2. We come back in the 10th. We put up a run, and then they strike us out. Or I think we popped up. We popped up to end the ball game. So, yeah. We had every opportunity to win this ball game, and our pitching, I think we ended up using like 6 pitchers. And I was not impressed with, well, I take that back. What's his name that started the game?
Fisher.
Yeah, Fisher. I thought Fisher did pretty good, but it was a midweek game, so they didn't want to, make him go 7 innings or whatever. So they pulled him early, and I thought that's where they made their first mistake because everybody and McIntyre, God, he loads the bases and then walks a guy in after he's already given up 4. It just and Van Horn's just standing there watching him. I'm like, come on, man, go pull him. They finally end up pulling him when they get within 1 run, but the bases are loaded. They bring in the next kid, and he needs 2 outs. He gets a sacrifice fly, and then he gets a ground out. But one of the sacrifice flies scores the go-ahead run or the tying run, so we got to go to extra innings. I'm telling you, man, the pitching was the downfall. I mean, you put up 13 runs, you figure you're going to win a ball game. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what I thought when I saw the final score. I was like, what? So is Missouri State good? Are they supposed to be good?
Yeah, Missouri State's got one of their better teams this year. I think they'll probably end up
well, they just beat the number 2 team in the country or whatever.
At home, beat the number 2 team. And then there was an incident early in the ball game. Bybee came in to pitch, and Bybee was pitching pretty good. But we had a guy on first, and he hit a shot into the gap, and Diggs tries to come to third with it, and Frazier ends up, because the runner's coming, Frazier's playing third base because it's a midweek game and we're trying to get all these kids in. So Frazier's playing first or third base, and so the runner gets between him and the ball. So he ends up having to do this hurdle thing, and he ends up missing the ball, and it rolls all the way into the camera well because the door to the camera well was open. So they end up scoring a run off of it. And boom, Van Horn comes out, and he is raging mad. And when they showed the replay, I finally figured it out. Bybee did not back up third base like he was supposed to do. You can watch the replay, and he's just kind of, jogging over there, not really, watching the play or whatever. And Van Horn yanks his ass right after that.
Oh, yeah.
And then Frazier ends up getting taken out at some point, and Irondale comes in.
Some teams do it different. Some teams do their catcher. They'll make their catcher do the backing up.
Well, you can't do that when a guy's coming into third base because nobody's
I'm old, so I don't know how the new baseball works. But when I was a kid and we played, the catcher was responsible for backing up third and first. The pitcher came to home; he covers home. I think I don't know.
I think the Hogs do it where the pitcher backs up first and third.
Okay.
But because I don't remember who it was.
That makes a little more sense because
it was Wiggins or somebody like that. Wiggins or somebody a couple of years ago didn't cover first, and Van Horn yanked his butt. And that kid, I think it was like 2 weeks before he even got back out on the field.
It makes a little more sense too because at that age, the bigger kids, stronger, bigger college kids, you want the catcher with his gear on, taking that.
Well, I mean,
play at home plate maybe.
Yeah, if it's coming to third base, you want the pitcher covering or backing up at third because you don't want the catcher coming from home because if it goes by, you want your catcher at home plate or whatever.
Yeah.
But it was lackadaisical. Bybee was just out there just kind of farting around, and he ends up getting yanked, and they bring in somebody else. But I haven't seen Van Horn that mad in a long time. Like he come out, he was cussing before he crossed the line. And then
Bobby got some good points here.
Yeah. Huh?
Bobby's got some good points.
What are they?
They said, "Don't let the game bother y'all. It needs nothing to Arkansas. LSU fans should have been overreacted to midweek games all the time."
I'm not overreacting. It's only our second loss of the year. I just, the midweek game is where you get your guys that don't normally play, where you get them some action. And when coach gives you a shot like that, freaking do your job. Don't be out there, lollygagging.
Yeah, I know. I know. Do your job, man.
Do your job. So anyway,
when do they play again? They play Friday or
they start a series with Vandy on Friday. They got a 3-game series with Vandy, and I think Vandy's like number 14 right now or something like that.
Okay, I knew they were good. They're always good, of course, but
yeah. Well, there's something like 10 teams in the top 20 in baseball that are in the SEC. Yeah, they got Vandy at 7:00 on Friday.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll probably tune in since the Razorbacks basketball plays on Thursday night.
Yeah, I'll probably watch baseball, and then on Saturday they play at 2:00. So hopefully the Hogs play another late game after they go to the Elite Eight.
Okay.
See, I'm putting that positive energy out there.
I like it. Keep doing that. I like that. I mean, we're definitely not getting any love in the national media about moving any further. So,
about what?
About moving any further. We're done. The Cinderella run is over.
We were supposed to be done last round or whatever.
This team was
whatever.
Is dog what? Whatever.
We're getting Firo back. We're only getting better. As
I don't know if we are or not.
We are. We're getting better, dude.
I watched a bunch of practice today. I saw some pictures from yesterday where he was practicing, he's jumping and all this. Mm-hmm. And then they had the open media today to let him come in and watch him practice for like 15 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody else running, shooting, jumping. Theo sitting on the bench. Dribbling the ball.
Well, I mean, you don't want to work him over too much before the ball game. He's
maybe. It just didn't seem like, and they weren't doing hard stuff. They were like, the high kicks for a minute, and then they were taking like 3 in a row, shooting threes, and then the big men were doing some dunk work and hook shots.
Well, maybe, even if he only comes in and plays 10 or 12 minutes, it's going to be a lot of help to the team, I think.
Could be, yeah. Anyway, I don't know if you saw. I told you yesterday we want to make some. We want to talk about the Lady Razorbacks a little more. So I've been trying to pay more attention, and we had the coaching change, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the transfer portal. I need to look at this up. The transfer portal for the women. It's open too. I've seen several updates where the women are in the transfer portal right now too. We got a couple. Well, we actually had 3, but these 2. Vera, I'm not going to butcher that name, and Christina Sanchez, Sikarai, I'm not going to transfer that one either. They've put their name in the transfer portal, so they're not going to be Hogs next year. So that's no really surprise, right? I mean,
No, she's probably going to have to build a whole new team. I imagine.
I imagine too. There'll be people leave. There may be a couple stay, maybe. I don't know. We'll see.
Hey, Juju tore her her ACL.
Yeah.
Is she a senior?
No.
Okay. Well, she needs to transfer to Arkansas. We have a great medical staff.
Honestly, I think she's a freshman. I think.
Really?
I think so. I don't know. I don't know that for sure, but
I'm
going to pay more attention.
I feel like she's been around for at least 2 years, but
they've been talking about it forever. She's a sophomore. Okay,
she's a sophomore. Okay, well, she needs to come. She needs to come to Arkansas.
But she was last season. She was dating DJ Wagner. Did you know that?
No, I didn't. But see, she needs to date DJ Wagner and come to Arkansas.
You're right. She does because he almost went to USC.
Yeah, he'd probably propose if she'd come to Arkansas.
I'm just saying, I don't know if they're together anymore or not. But I'm just saying they were at one time. That was last season, but things changed.
Then
we had,
isn't she bigger than DJ?
Probably.
I feel like she might be taller than DJ.
She probably is. I think she's probably like what, 6'4", 6'5"? I have no idea.
I have no idea.
He's only like 6'1" or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Phoenix is entered the transfer portal as well. So we lost 3. This was all today, I think, too. So There's entering the portal. If I see anybody pop for coming to Arkansas, I'll grab a screenshot of that. We'll, make sure we talk about them.
Well, you said she came from where?
She coached at Oral Roberts the last few years, but she's originally from Oklahoma. Oh, she was at a Division II school for a long time.
Okay.
All right, and then let's see what else we got. Oh, I don't know if you saw this. Did you see this? There's the Player Era Festival. Remember where they have the money that you can win, the tournament at the beginning of the year?
Yeah.
They're intending to expand it to 32 schools.
Wow. So we'll get a really good tournament before the season even starts.
They want to put it in November and call it November Madness. And then you got March Madness. That's what they want to do.
I don't know about November Madness. Come on now.
That's what they want, dude. That's crazy. That's a huge tournament, dude. That's huge. 32 teams. Woo.
What happens before Madness? That's what they ought to call it. Like November Insanity, March Madness, or something like that.
Yeah. More money, man. More ways. More ways for them to make money.
They'll find a way. Now that they're paying these players, they're going to make every season longer, whether it's basketball, baseball, football. They're going to find ways to make the seasons longer. I guarantee it.
Yeah, I would not be surprised. I would not be surprised. I mean, they already expanded the roster to 15, right?
Yeah.
So.
November I can't say that word.
Lunacy. November Mania, yeah. I don't know. This is what Nordlander called it, was the November Madness in his story or whatever. So anyway, I thought that was pretty interesting. That's
how are they
big tournament.
How are they going to go about deciding what 32 teams are going to play in it?
I don't know.
Are we going to have a whole Lenardi preseason bubble? Who's on the?
I say you take the 32 teams from the NCAA tournament and you throw them in the November Madness and you let them run it back.
So all 32 teams that made the field of 32, bring it back. I like it.
Let them run it back.
You get some good games, man. I like it.
It'll be all different teams. Completely different teams.
Yeah.
They won't do that, but anyway. Let's see what
it'll
else
be 30. Here. It'll be 32 or 31 blue bloods and one mid-major, just to make it fair, probably.
I got this thing on my screen that won't go away. There we go. OU got the number 1 women's player signed yesterday.
Boo.
Alaya Chavez. She's a point guard. She looks small, but she's good. She's really good. So
size,
congrats to OU.
Yeah, size doesn't really. It's not really as big of a factor in the women's game. I mean, I've seen some small girls that can get in there and score. I mean, size is nice. Don't get me wrong. If you got a long team, it's nice to have a long team. But like that Higginbottom that played for us last year, she was a little girl, but she could get in there and she was putting up 25, 30 points a ball game. So, I mean, size doesn't afflict you as much in women's basketball as it does in men's.
I don't know. What's the shortest guy in the NBA? Like 6'2" or something, and the tallest guy 7 foot?
Probably. What is Trey?
So the difference is probably the same, though. You know what I mean? Like there's like 5'5" to 6'5".
Oh, yeah. Probably. But Trey's probably
I don't know how tall she is.
I think Trey's probably the smallest guy in the NBA that I can think of. What's he, like 6 foot?
He looks like he's 5'7". I don't know.
Steph Curry don't look that tall either, but he plays around a bunch of tall guys, so it's hard to tell.
He's like 6 foot. That one blows my mind every time I see that too. I'm like 6 foot. What?
Yeah.
That's if I'd have been a pro player, that's what I'd look like out there. Being this little short guy.
Or that McClung kid that won the dunk contest. He's only like 6 foot, isn't he?
Yeah, he's short. Yeah.
So I mean,
I got some breaking news for you, man.
Oh, hit me with it.
Couple breaking news. The second one's kind of funny, but this one's for real.
Uh,
So I don't know if you saw this, but the Patriots signed Stephon, left Houston. Kind of a bummer for Houston, I would think.
that is kind of a bummer for Houston, but I bet you Drake May is like watering at the mouth, man. He finally getting a receiver to throw the ball to.
We do need another Muggsy Bogues.
Or Spud Webb. Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, Diggs, I mean, you don't see guys jump around this much. Like they move teams and stuff, but it seems like he's team jumping every 3-4 years. You know what I mean? Like he's not.
Well, he
doesn't get a second deal wherever he's at.
Yeah, he's either looking to like move up paycheck wise, or he's a terrible teammate. One or the other.
That's kind of what I was thinking. Yeah. I wonder what's going on there. Anyway, kudos. Patriots needed a receiver, so they got one.
They need more than one, but yes, that will help.
Oh, here you go, man. Breaking news.
Okay.
Breaking news, in case you didn't know.
Uh-huh.
Former Jets quarterback Aaron Rodgers, who's been linked to the Giants and the Steelers,
is retiring.
Is still old as hell. Confirmed by me and Google. You got to read this last line right here. He's still old AF. I took it PG. Sort of.
I tell you, he's like one of the few guys that like he got hurt, and then he had that year off, and then when he comes back, he looked like he had aged like 10 years from just that 1 year. He looked like he had aged 10 years. Like his helmet didn't fit right. Yeah. He looks like he needs a walker. It just like it's time to go to the house, man. It's time to go to the house.
Well, he's not going to be going to the Giants. Did you see who they got? They got Russell Wilson. They signed him.
Hey, where did Geno go?
Geno Smith?
Uh-huh.
The Raiders, I think.
Geno went to the Raiders.
That's where Pete Carroll's at, right?
And yeah, I believe so.
That's right.
And the Seattle Seahawks picked up Darnold.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Trying to figure out where all my quarterbacks are going to be.
Yeah, I know. I think that's correct.
I heard a rumor. It was put out by NFL Rumors, so I don't know how much truth there is to it. But I heard a rumor that the Browns are trying to get the Cowboys to trade Dak Prescott to them.
I've seen that several places as well.
I'm okay with that.
Who are you gonna get back?
I have no idea. I don't want Deshaun Watson. I can tell you that much.
Well, that's who you might get.
I don't want Deshaun Watson.
But he ain't going back to Texas.
And Jameis, yeah, exactly. He's got the law waiting on him there. Jameis Winston signed with somebody, so he's not up there anymore. I tell you who I'd really like to get at the Cowboys, but I don't see any way of it happening. Because I'd love to get Baker Mayfield. I think Baker would play well for the Cowboys.
I don't know.
But I don't think you can pull that off.
I don't think that's flashy enough for Jerry. I think he's going to draft some. If he gets rid of Dak, he's looking to draft what's his face.
Who? He can't get Sanders. He's picking like 18th or something like that.
That's what I'm saying. If he trades Dak, though, he'll get a number one pick for Dak.
Where are the Browns picking at? Maybe that's what he's trading Dak for, is the Browns pick.
Could be.
I don't know, man. I'm kind of worried. I like Dak. Name my dog after him. I really want the guy to succeed, but first he breaks his ankle. He doesn't look the same since he's been back from his ankle injury, and now he's torn his hamstring from the bone. I don't know what kind of rehab that is or how he'll look when he gets back.
That sounds horrible.
Yeah, but I'm more than willing to trade him off if we get something good in return. I don't want this guy that's on my screen right now. I don't want Aaron
that'd be about like Jerry right there.
That would be about Jerry. And it would probably be the thing that finally pushed me over the edge not to be a Cowboys fan anymore.
Whatever.
I'm serious, dude. I've hated this guy for years. If he ends up becoming a Cowboy, I would lose it. I couldn't do it anymore. I'd have to go root for somebody else.
What if you got him in his prime?
Oh man, if we got him in his prime, I'd be all for it.
Yeah.
But when was his prime? Like he set what, 2-3 years behind Favre? I mean, if you pick him up out of the draft as a rookie and you start him before he has that time to sit behind Favre, does he turn into the player that he turned into? Like, I think he hit like the perfect situation for Aaron Rodgers. Like
floppy.
He got to sit behind Brett Favre and learn for a couple of years before he took over. Kind of like Jordan Love. Jordan Love got to sit behind Aaron Rodgers. Did I like Romo? I love Romo. I think Romo's a great guy.
Yeah.
I don't know about his quarterback play was, depending on what night.
I don't know about winning the big one with him.
No, I don't think we ain't had a quarterback that could win the big one since Troy.
Regular season hero, yes, absolutely. Romo was a regular season hero.
Romo was really good until he wasn't. And then when he was bad, he was really bad. But when he was good, he was really good. The problem was you didn't know which Romo you were going to get toward the end of the season.
Yeah. Then he got hurt a lot too. Then broke his back.
Why? Just from listening to him, doing commentating stuff, why he decided to go into commentating and not become an offensive or defensive coordinator, I have no idea, because he knows what play is about to be ran before they run it. He would do really well as a coach. I don't know why he decided on commentating.
Well, that's what they do, man.
Yeah.
Let's see. Well, I don't know if you heard or not. Pitino's are taking over the Big East.
Oh, yeah.
Richard Pitino, New Mexico's coach.
Yeah.
Is taking the Xavier job. So he'll be in the Big East with Daddy-O.
And the guy from Xavier left and went
Texas.
He went to Texas.
Sean Miller.
So,
yep. They're all moving around, bro. They're all moving around, switching jobs. And I don't know if you saw this. Maryland's coach, they were interviewing him, and I guess he had made some public remarks about Neil and how everybody needed to step up and they needed more money or whatever. I don't know what he said exactly, but he said something publicly about it. And then the media were asking him, they were like, so we know you've been real open about, criticizing the school and stuff about Neil and stuff. And then, something like, what's the plans on in the future or something, whatever it was they asked him, but something like that. Dude doesn't skip a beat, dude. He goes straight into talking about Walter Clayton Jr. and how good of a three-point shooter he is. He shot 45% from the field, and we really need to guard him, and he's a good one. He didn't answer the question at all, and came even a completely different one. He didn't even skip a beat. It's just like he just ignored him, like he'd asked him a different question.
But don't you figure these coaches get tired of answering the same questions over and over again?
Yeah, well, probably too. If he's in trouble, he's not going to be. If the school's kind of like, hey, quit talking about that stuff out in public, and then the media asks him about it, he's not going to talk about it either.
Well, I've always thought that would be like the worst part of being a head coach was the press conferences afterward. Like the press conferences afterward, when you win, not so bad. But when you lose and have to go in there and listen to Rick, why didn't you play RJ there at the end of the ball game? It's like, well, he went 3 for 17. He wasn't playing defense. So, he played 30 minutes. So I played somebody else. Over here. Yeah. So RJ sitting on the bench.
Is that something that you planned before the game, or?
No, what I planned was for RJ to play defense, and RJ didn't want to play defense, so he sat on the bench. Next question. Rick.
Yeah.
RJ. Now, he was down there on the bench. It's like, were you not listening to the last 2 questions and how I answered them?
Yeah. Anyway, we get to see this every year now for till senior retires, whenever that is. He's 70-some years old already. I don't know how long he's going to coach, but surely. Have we ever had an 80-year-old coach before?
How old was Paterno?
He was 70-something, but late 70s.
I don't know if we've had an 80-year-old on the sideline or not. I know we've had a few.
Old, bro.
We had a few that looked like they were 80 years old on the side.
Pitino is like that now. He looks old as crap.
Dude, there are 2 jobs in the world that make you old. Okay. Number 1 is a head coach. All right. You look at head coaches, I guarantee you they're 10 years younger than what they look like. Almost every head coach out there. And for some reason, President of the United States, you see them go into office and they are young men. And 4 years later, they come out and they're gray haired and they look old as hell. It's like you were only in there 4 years. How did this job make you age by 10 if you were only in there for 4 years? I don't get it. But I imagine, it's stress, anxiety, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, stress will get you. In baseball, were you trying to aim one way? Yeah, right. No kidding. Yeah. If they could throw it perfectly where they wanted to throw it every freaking time, they would be good games. You know what I mean?
Well, there's only
everybody would strike out if that was the case.
There's only a few pitchers I remember that had that kind of command where they could just paint the corners and, stay in the strike zone, but barely in the strike zone, And
that all messed up in the beginning.
Maddox was one. Hershiser was one.
Yep.
I'm not sure Nolan was. Nolan just throw the heat by you. He was pretty good at placement, but not like Maddox and not like Hershiser, man. They could just barely touch the corners of the strike zone.
Yeah. Here you go. Here's some breaking news for you. Adu Thero. He's only played 10 minutes in the NCAA tournament across his 3-year career. Did you know that?
No.
That's why he's wanting to get back on the floor so bad, because he hadn't got to play in one. And but he missed today because of soreness. That's why he wasn't practicing.
Well, get that boy a massage. Somebody get the masseuse in there and rub that boy down. We need him for that ball game. Okay.
Coach Cal's record in Sweet 16s?
How many has he been in?
15.
I'd say he's 8-15.
12-3.
Love it. Love it.
Dude, his overall record in the NCAA tournament, 59-22.
And I still don't understand why Kentucky didn't want to pay him money. I don't understand that. I don't understand it at all.
They're calling truce now since we hit the Sweet 16.
Oh yeah, they're calling truce.
They're calling for truce now. Maybe we all just calm down here.
Yeah, that's nice. No truce. No truce.
I kept receipts, bud. Don't you worry about that.
No truce whatsoever.
Yeah. Let's see here. Mike Neighbors. Mike Neighbors is going to be an assistant coach for the Los Angeles Sparks.
Sweet.
There you go. So,
there's only one way that getting to the Elite Eight could be any better, and that would be if we made it and Kentucky didn't. Okay.
I know that.
That would be so freaking awesome.
How sick would you be though?
No, I wouldn't be.
How sick would you
It's
be?
not gonna happen. Not gonna happen.
If we meet in the Final Four.
Oh, sick? I won't be sick.
You won't be sick? Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, I can't even make it through these regular games. I'm
Oh,
gonna play Kentucky again. I'm gonna pass out.
Oh, dude, that last game, I had to pull out the blood pressure cuff and check my blood pressure because it was getting pretty bad. But
I know, man. I was getting upset.
we did not. This is the thing that gives me confidence. We have not played our best basketball yet in the tournament. We've played well. I don't even think we played that well in the last game. I mean, how do you give up 28 offensive rebounds? You go 2 for 19 from the 3-point line and you win the ball game? That doesn't happen. Okay.
No, that does not happen.
So we beat number 2, not playing at our best. We haven't played our best yet. And now we're facing number 3. And I think we match up well with them. I think, again, just like St. John's, I don't think they've seen the length and the size that we have.
I was so stressed out during that St. John's game. I watched it again.
Yeah.
Okay. Not nearly as stressful. We were way more in control of the whole game, and it seemed like live, you know what I mean, in the moment. And they did miss a lot of shots, but it wasn't like they weren't taking wide open shots. You know, everything was contested. Everything was
well, St. John's.
We played good defense.
Going into that game, St. John's had the better defense, and that's all that everybody could talk about. And they did not play that kind of defense against us. I think it's one of the reasons that RJ ended up going to the bench was because his guy kept going by him and scoring on him. So,
yeah.
And Pitino loves scorers, but he loves guys that play defense more than anything. And if you're not going to play defense, he's not going to put you out on the floor.
Yeah.
So if RJ's not a senior, you know, you come play for us at Arkansas. We're all right with that. Come on down.
Yeah. I just it's going to be one of those games, man. If Texas Tech is hot from 3, we could be in trouble. But if we can limit that some,
yeah.
You know, they always say to limit threes. Like if you give up 10 threes, right? That means you have to balance that out somehow. You have to shoot more free throws. You have to make more free throws than them or something. Like you have to do something to offset that, right? Because you can't let them shoot 10 threes, make 10 threes, and you make 2. You're definitely not going to win. You know what I mean?
No, but one of the reasons I feel like St. John's didn't shoot that well is because they were mostly contested shots. We didn't let them shoot wide open shots. So we just got to do the same thing with Texas Tech. We got to have a hand in the face, and we got to get out and push the ball. I don't want to play a half court offense. I want to get out, push the ball, make them run. I think
Floppy went off on a baseball lesson here, bro.
Yeah, I've been watching.
Daggum. Floppy, you a baseball fan? I guess, huh?
Well, I mean, Cliff Lee, come on, man. Cliff Lee was probably maybe the greatest Arkansan. He's up there. He might make the Mount Rushmore of greatest Arkansan.
Is he the guy that was the closer for
the Cardinals, wasn't it?
What was it, Cardinals? No, that was Lee Smith, wasn't it? I don't know. I was thinking that Cliff Lee was a Red.
He might have been a Red at one time. I think he was a Cardinal at one time too.
I have no idea. There's probably multiple Chris Lees. Anyway, see what else we got going on. Any new news going on?
This says that he pitched for Cleveland, Philadelphia, Seattle, Texas, Cy Young Award. Man, win-loss record 143-91, 3.5 ERA, 1,800 strikeouts.
Where was he at?
He debuted with the Cleveland Indians, but he also played with the Phillies, the Mariners, the Rangers, and then the Phillies again. 4-time All-Star, AL Cy Young Award winner, AL Comeback Player of the Year, MLB wins leader, AL ERA leader. From Benton, Arkansas.
Benton, Arkansas.
Benton, Arkansas, yep. It's possible. It's close. He might make the Mount Rushmore. We've had a lot of good Arkansans, so that would be a tough one.
I don't see anything crazy in the news right now. All the college basketball stuff. And let me refresh this right quick. Yeah, nothing new, man, really. Anyway, bro, anything else before we get out of here?
Man, Cliff Lee pitched 2 no-hitters as a senior in high school.
I'm not really surprised by it like that. I figured like a bunch of them threw no-hitters in high school.
Man.
Yeah, we should do a 4 show tomorrow because we need to preview the games that are going to come on, right? And then we can do a post game after if you want.
Sure. What do we got? What games do we have tomorrow? I know we got Arkansas, Texas Tech. Who else plays tomorrow?
All right, hang on, let me pull that up. I know Duke and Arizona play. Let's see. Thursday, BYU and Alabama.
Okay.
Maryland and Florida.
Okay.
Arizona and Duke. Arkansas and Texas Tech.
Okay. All right.
Yep.
We're just talking about it, and I'm starting to get nervous.
I know. I just saw a thing on Twitter that said it says something about the anxiety's kicking in and games start tomorrow. I just saw something about that. I swear I did.
I swear, man. I don't remember being this anxious in '94 when the Hogs were winning the national championship.
It's different this year, man. We've followed them really close this year. You know what I mean?
I remember in '94 we had the game on in the living room, and then I had the game on in my bedroom because I couldn't sit still. I would walk from one TV to the other,
I don't know. The other night when they were playing St. John's, it was like, I don't know, a couple minutes left. I couldn't sit in the chair no more. I got up. I was walking around. I walked to the fridge. I'd come back to the TV. Mom was laughing at me. I was like, call Tucker. I bet he's doing the same thing right now.
I was standing behind the couch.
I was too. I was standing behind my chair. I go up in front of the TV for a minute. I'm like, make that free throw. And I go back behind the chair.
Well, we had a couple people over. Orange Ham came over, and then Severon came over, and he watched. But Severon didn't show up till halftime, right?
Yeah.
We got a 2-point lead at half, right? Severon steps in, and we play a good first 5 minutes, and then they start climbing back. And I about told Severon, listen, you're going to have to leave. They were doing much better before you got here. You're going to have to leave.
You're messing up the vibes, bro.
You got to go sit in your car or something.
That's funny. Well, I would say I wish we could watch it together, but I don't want to mess up no vibes either.
Yeah, exactly.
We haven't watched one together yet, so
I still blame myself for the World Series loss against Oregon State, because we had watched the regionals and the super regionals all at my house. And then we won the first game against Oregon State. And for the second game, we decided, hey, let's go to B-dubs. And we ended up watching it in B-dubs. They lose that ball game. They lose the next ball game, lose the World Series. And it's all because I went to B-Dubs and watched it, and I didn't watch it at my house sitting in my chair. Like I should.
Yeah, I'm sure that was it. The team knew.
They knew. Something's off. There's something off.
Yeah, I'm sure that's what it was. I'm sure, man. I'm sure that's what it was.
Why does it? I'd be interested to do like a poll and find out. Like, I know that there are some sports stars that are superstitious. I'd like to know how many fans out there are superstitious. Like, I got to have on this shirt. I got to be sitting in this place. What are you doing making chicken wings? You know that we have nachos on game day. This is totally wrong.
I bet it's more than you think. I bet it is.
I bet it is, man.
Because I'm borderline. I'm borderline with some stuff.
Yeah.
And there's crazy people out there. So
but yeah, we're more than 24 hours away, and I'm probably more nervous than these kids are. And the kids are probably laughing and dancing to music, and I'm sitting here going, man, I hope they're concentrating.
No, focus, Daniel.
Focus.
Oh, man.
Because honestly, if we do, let's say we beat Texas Tech and we make it to the Final Four, we're going to face Maryland or Florida. And we'll know before we play who we're going to play. So I'm guessing it's going to be Florida, because Florida is really freaking good.
They are really good. Imagine
getting to the Elite Eight and we get to face Florida, who was one of our first 5 losses when we started 0-5. So I'm not saying you beat Florida, but you got a chance at a little bit of redemption against Florida. You know, maybe a little extra motivation when you go out there to play Florida or whatever. So
yep.
Focus on Texas Tech first, but that would be awesome if we actually got a chance to play for the Final Four. That would be really neat. And I couldn't help but think about this the other day. I was watching Cal's press conference. And actually, Cal's press conference was playing, and I had it muted, and I was playing on my phone. And I looked up at him, and I looked back down at my phone, and I looked back up at him, and I thought to myself, it was less than 365 days ago that I hated your guts. I hated your guts. And now I think you're the greatest thing that ever walked away.
Spoken like a true fan, man. That's how it is.
Yeah,
that's how it is.
Yeah,
I saw a thing where he went and apologized to Tyson and Hunter Yurchek and somebody else. After they went 0-5,
yeah,
he went and apologized to him. It's like, I don't know what's going on, man. I'm sorry. I don't know what's going on. We're gonna turn this around. I promise. We're gonna turn this around. And he did.
Well, it shows how good of a coach he really is. You know, he had to fight through some adversity this year. His players had to fight through some adversity this year. It just shows that he's a really good coach. He knows how to talk to the players. He can get the players to play for him. He seems.
I don't know how you get away with yelling at him all the time like that, though.
He seems like he's well. It's
the way kids are, you know what I mean?
It's the way that you yell at them and what you're yelling at them. You know, if you're yelling at them, you stupid SOB, you know, that's one thing. But if you're yelling at them, you know, you got to get low on the rotation. You can't be late on the rotate. You know, if you're trying to teach the kid, but you happen to be yelling at the same time, it's different, you know. Plus,
I've seen him ask him a couple of times, why'd you do that? Why are you not doing that? Why are you doing this? Why'd you do that? Why didn't you go around there? Like, I've seen him ask him questions like that.
Yeah, because maybe you have a reason that you did it, and I can give you a reason that it don't work. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm sure that's what he's thinking. He seems like he's pretty hard on TV. You know what I mean? Yeah. He seems pretty hard on TV, but TV may need it. Coach
Docky why'd you do that, Scarborough? Well, I was thinking, quit thinking.
That happened to me one time too when I shot it from half court with 10 seconds left. in the half. I thought the clock was running out. The coach like, don't be thinking.
Yeah, don't be thinking.
Just don't be thinking about stuff. I'm like, okay, well.
Yeah. Yeah.
If I'd have made that, I'd have been a hero, and I only missed it by about half a foot. So.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you know,
it was straight in, dude. It was. I thought it was going in. It was straight in.
But there was 10 seconds left.
I missed it by like this much. It just airballed by that much, like three quarters shot. Dang it.
That's okay. I hit the greatest shot of my life in 9th grade basketball, diving out of bounds to save a basketball. Threw it behind my back from half court and swished it. And the coach was facing the other direction and never saw it.
I know. I remember that. Dude, in practice, I would make 9 out of 10 free throws every time. That's how you had to in practice, shoot your 10 free throws or whatever, right? I get in the game. In the game, 3 seconds left. I get fouled. We're up 2. I got 2 free throws.
Yeah, tied up.
All right. Clank the first one. Clank the second one. Dude grabs it, throws it the length of the court. Guy grabs it in the corner, jacks a 3, hits it. We lose the game. That happened to me.
Sorry, man. Sorry.
Yeah. That stuff happens, bro.
Yeah. Well, you know.
But, yeah, I choked on the line, bro. Choked on the line.
In 8th grade, I went 100% from the line. I shot 2 free throws. I made 2 free throws. I shot 100% from the line for the year. In 9th grade, I shot 50% from the line. I shot 2 free throws. I made the first one. And you remember in the junior high gym, they had the windows that you could see into the concession stand or the concession area or whatever.
Yeah.
So I step up there for my second free throw. The ref throws me the ball. I take a couple dribbles. I look up, and my dad is looking at me through the window. Clank! Clanked it big time, dude.
That's funny. That's funny. All right, man. Well, I wish I would have known this a long time ago, especially when that happened to me and the coach told me to stop thinking.
Yeah.
Be sure to check on your mental health, okay? Check on yourself. Check on other people, man. If you're feeling down, feeling bad. I was feeling depressed earlier today. I told the wife, I was like, I don't know. I'm sad. I don't know why. She's like, well, why? I'm like, I don't know. I don't know. Sometimes you're just sad. You need somebody to talk to about it. So
I have gloomy days. I have days where I just, not really angry or mad, just kind of like, just ugh.
Yeah.
Why do I got to do this? Ugh,
Yeah, I get overwhelmed real easy.
Sometimes everybody does it. I daydream about what would happen if the lottery money came in. It used to be probably 10 years ago. I pictured building a cabin in the woods somewhere and like shooting anybody that walked onto my property, just total hermit, stay away from everybody. But honestly, I've found out that I don't do well if I have a lot of time by myself. I actually need some social interaction to, and I think it's one of the reasons that COVID had such an effect on people, mentally and everything. Suicide rates and domestic violence went through the roof during COVID.
Yeah.
And it's because you're locked in the house all the time. You can't see nobody, and then when you do have to go out in public, you got to put a freaking mask on and hide from people, I
wonder how many divorces happened over COVID.
I'd like to see the stats. I bet you there are a ton of stats.
I bet you there's a major spike.
I wonder how much domestic violence went up. Can you imagine?
Whoa. I don't know, man.
Usually the wife makes you mad. You can just, get in your car and drive off, and you couldn't do that during COVID. And, I bet you there were some bad things that happened. But if you are thinking about hurting yourself or hurting somebody else, there's a national hotline you can call, 988. They'll talk with you, text with you, video chat with you. They'll listen to your problems. And that's the main thing. If you're checking in on somebody, you don't have to have the answers. You just have to shut up and listen. That's all you got to do.
Yep.
So
Be a good listener.
don't do life alone.
That's it. Don't do life alone. All right, man. I will. Nothing going on tonight. I'm going to relax and hang out with the wife and probably sleep. So
I think I'm going to Bible study at the church. So
good for you.
I will. I'll let you know how that goes. See if I
Good for
learned
you.
anything.
I'm sure you will.
Usually do. Oh, that's right. Never mind. I'm not going to church tonight. We're not having church tonight.
Well, read your Bible anyway. How about that?
I might just do that. I might just do that.
All right, man. Well, enjoy your evening, and I will catch you tomorrow at 4.
Go Hogs.
Go Hogs.
Thanks for watching our show. Remember to subscribe for more shows on the network. Smash the like button, share, and